You guys, it is snowing. Just kidding, this is just a screen and a video on YouTube, but I wish so badly that it was snowing. Do you guys like the snow? I do too, and this past weekend it did snow a little bit, but I want to be able to play in the snow. So I'm still hoping that this year we get like a good, maybe at least an inch of snow. That would be awesome. But in the meantime, we can just pretend that it's snowing right now. And the book I'm going to read to you today is called Let It Snow. Have you guys heard of this book before? Now I know there's lots of books with these two little pigs, these two characters that we'll read about today. This is a scholastic book by Hobbie. So, and this book is fiction, and I know that already just because I can see that this is not a real photograph. If this was a real photograph, I'd be like, ooh, this is nonfiction. We'd be reading about true, real facts. But this is made up, so this is fiction. So remember that a made up story that's not real is fiction. So, and their names, by the way, are Toot and Puddle. So cute little names. Do you guys like pigs? I think they're cute. I wonder what this book is going to be about. Christmas was just around the corner, and Puddle hadn't seen a single snowflake yet. Just let it snow, he wistfully pleaded to the sky. There had to be snow. Okay, turn the page. His friend Toot was more concerned about another matter altogether. He wanted to give Puddle a wonderful surprise for Christmas, the best present ever. He knew that the best present was usually something you made yourself, a one-of-a-kind thingamajig, not just a what's-it anyone could buy in a store. I wonder what he's gonna make. He wanted to give him a special present. One year, he made Puddle a bright red sled. They named it the WP Rocket. Another year, he gave his pal a mysterious seed pod. They waited half the winter to see how it would bloom. And just last Christmas, he presented Puddle with a real raft, big enough for two, the WP Pond Lily Queen. They couldn't wait until spring to launch it. Those are neat gifts. This year, though, Toot was really stumped. Puddle was a contented homebody. He was a cook and a gardener and an artist. He loved trees and birds in his own backyard. He was certainly the best friend you could have. What could he possibly give good old Puds for Christmas? So Puds, that must be like a nickname for Puddle. So he's trying to think of all the things that he does. He's a cook, he's a gardener, he's an artist, he likes trees. These are the kind of things you think about when you're trying to give someone a gift. You're like, okay, well, what do they like? What do they do? Of course, Puddle wasn't asking himself the same question about Toot. One year, he knit him a wool sweater, robin egg blue. Ooh, that's pretty. Another Christmas, he gave him a purple ball for balancing on. Then there was the year of Puddle's giant plum pudding, which kept them merrily stuffed for a month. So, and by the way, this is Puddle now thinking about what to get Toot. So they're each thinking about what to get each other for Christmas or what to make. Something special. When Puddle phoned his cousin Opal to ask her opinion, she said a little cuddly something would be nice, like a homemade doll. For Toot? Really? Asked Puddle. I think he'd like that, Opal replied sweetly. That's Opal, his cousin. When Toot called Opal with the same question concerning Puddle, she said the same thing. Maybe a homemade doll of some kind. A doll? Toot was puzzled. Puzzled means confused. Something soft and cute, she said. Okay, so what's going on? Both Toot and Puddle asked for their cousin's opinion. And what did she say? She told them the same thing. Do you think they're gonna get each other the same gift? I can't turn these pages. That night, it began to snow. The next morning, Toot and Puddle awoke to a new world. The snow that had been silently falling through the night now blanketed everything with a hushed, gleaming luster. The skis, Toot called. Where are the skis? I've got them, Puddle cried eagerly, excitedly. Let's go! That's a pretty picture. Look at all the beautiful snow. The path through the woods became a magical journey. The two friends skied along in silence, stirred by the beauty surrounding them. When they stopped to rest, Puddle said, I wish I could take this morning and put it in my pocket and keep it forever. Me too, Toot sighed. It's perfect. But then by evening, hard rain began to fall. Oh no, Puddle protested, and by the next day the glorious snow was gone. I can't believe it, Toot frowned. Neither can I, Puddle said sadly. I was all set to go sledding. His spirits had been momentarily dampened. So that means that his spirits, he got a little sad. For a moment, not for forever. Temporarily a little sad about the rain. Oh my goodness. What is up with these pages? Stuck together. Still, Christmas was coming. It was almost here, snow or no snow. And the two friends soon plunged into a state of busy excitement. Almost finished. As for presents, Toot spent every spare minute in his workshop in the basement, clearly inspired at last. And Puddle was up to something equally private and absorbing in the attic. All right, so they're both working hard on gifts for each other. On Christmas Eve, the two friends emerged from their workrooms, and each of them carried a handsomely wrapped something or other. Wouldn't you like to open your present right now? Toot asked. We have to wait until tomorrow, Puddle said, when Opal comes. Remember, Opal is the cousin. Christmas morning in Woodcock Pocket was brimming with anticipation, meaning they couldn't wait. Opal soon arrived. As the youngest, she was the first to open presents. How did you know what I wanted? She wondered appreciatively. It was just a lucky guess, said Puddle. What will you name them? Well, said Opal, I'll have to get to know them first. One is probably a Toot and one is probably a Puddle. "What is a puddle?" Puddle asked. "And what in the world is a toot?" said Toot. "You know," Opal replied. "I'm sure they're best friends, but one is one way and one is the other." "Oh," the friends said together. So it's like little mini pigs. Look what she's holding. I don't know if those are supposed to be real pigs or stuffed animal pigs, but that's cute. "Merry Christmas!" Toot beamed, presenting his enormous gift to Puddle. His friend unwrapped the package slowly and carefully. "I love it," said Puddle. "I made it myself," Toot said proudly. "I know. It's for sledding, snow or no snow." "Let's go sledding today," said Opal. Look at that pretty sled he made. It's got lights on it. It's fancy. So it can still sled. So it's got wheels, right? So you can still go sledding in it even when there's no snow. "And Merry Christmas to you," Puddle said, presenting his package. Toot tried to remain calm, but couldn't quite suppress his eagerness. "It's you and me," said Puddle shyly. He added, "That snowy day in the woods." "It's perfect," Toot said, standing back to admire his friend's work. "There we are." Do you guys know what I'm thinking of? So earlier in the story, I can't remember which, so let's see. Puddle, okay, Toot said, "I wish that I could just take this moment and carry it with me in my pocket." And so that's kind of what he got him for Christmas, was a picture of them in that moment. And so that's something he can take with him. It's a memory that he'll always remember. And then it says, "You and me." So I just thought that was a really sweet story of their friendship. They worked so hard to give each other a great gift. They really paid attention to detail, paid attention to what the other person liked. Do you guys like to give gifts? Does it feel good to give a gift? All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope it starts to snow soon. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you.